Hey, what's up guys? It's me again, and today I'm going to be reviewing the SH Figuarts Thanos from Avengers Infinity War. This is the Bluefin US release. I don't think there's any differences at all. I know some of the Bluefin US releases get some extra stuff, but I don't think this one did. There's the front of the packaging. Side of the packaging just has a tiny little picture of Thanos. Back of the packaging has a large picture of Thanos doing some squats, flexing on us, Superman punch, and making some faces. The other side just says Thanos. There's the front again. So I'm going to take a second, get him and his accessories out. We'll have a closer look at everything. Okay, Thanos is out of the packaging and he stands almost 7.5 inches tall, making him the largest SH Figuarts figure I own. And for the Mad Titans accessories, you get some different hands. You get this gripping hand. Can palm somebody's head with it probably. You get this open palm hand. Really nice sculpted detail in these hands. All kinds of wrinkles in the palms. You get this snapping finger. I know everyone says that it should have been the gauntlet hand that this was on, which I agree, but this could just be when he is telling people his plans, you know. So instead of complaining about it being this hand, I'm just happy we got a finger snapping hand. So Thanos can do finger puppets. You get some alternative gauntlet hands. And these gauntlets are very nicely done on all these Infinity Stones until you get to the green one on the thumb. For some reason it's just painted. These are all like a nice translucent, and this one is just a glob of paint. But you get another slightly closed hand with the gauntlet. And you get a couple other head sculpts. You get this smirking head sculpt. They did such a good job on the design of these head sculpts. They look amazing. They look just like him from the movie. Really dig those. And you get this teeth gritting one, which would be a really good one for when that Infinity War Thor comes out. You can have Thor shoving that Stormbreaker in his chest. So I think this is actually my favorite head sculpt. I really like that teeth gritting head sculpt. So that's all for Thanos' accessories. Here he is compared to a couple other of the SH Figuarts Marvel figures. Got Star-Lord on the left. On the right you have the SH Figuarts Mark 50 from Infinity War. Very cool figure. I highly recommend it. I recommend all of them actually. But you can see that they did a good job with the scale of Thanos. He towers over them. Okay, now on to the figure itself. And this is just a super nice figure. Super clean figure. It's actually a little too clean. You really could have used some shading. There is some very subtle shading in there, but I think they could have went a little darker on that shading. I mean, they did get some right in the grooves of the muscles, but not very much at all. For the most part, it just looks way too clean. And that's really about my only complaint, is just it could have used a little more shading. I do not like also that the ball joint on the gauntlet sticks out so much and is such an obvious different color. It's like a tan or a brown, and then this gauntlet is so nice and gold looking, which also the gauntlet should have been more bronze than gold, but it is very gold on here, which again is fine. I mean, it looks really nice except for that time stone. But all in all, I think they did an incredible job. The clothing looks amazing. These head sculpts are just spot on. They could not have did any better on them head sculpts. Good detail on the back. I really like this big gold collar on the shirt. Shirt looks good. It's nice and textured. You can see his belt underneath those flaps that fold over it. And those are a softer material. Nice pants. I wonder who tailored those. Really dig the knee pads on there. And they don't stick out real bad when you fold the leg or anything. And the detail from the pants is also on the knee joint, so that looks good. That was an interesting noise. Got these nice big stripper boots. Huge feet. Make the same cool noise his knee does. So really nice, just super cool figure. Really glad to have a Thanos to throw in with all my Avengers and Marvel characters on my shelf. And for articulation on this Thanos, He has two ball joints at the head, one at the upper neck and one at the lower neck. So using those together, he'll look up that far. You do get a little gap there, so you might want to close that off. But if you close the gap, he just looks up that far. Using both of those ball joints, he'll look down that much, which is pretty good, as he is going to be looking down on most people since he is huge. His arms are on a butterfly type joint, so they will fold out. They'll go back in. They'll go up that far. They'll go all the way around, no problem. He does not have an upper bicep swivel. The sculpt is so good in there, I'm guessing that they did not want to break that up. But it will swivel on the ball joint at the shoulder, so you're not really missing out on much. Nice bend at that elbow. Looks a little rough from the back. His wrists are pegged in and on a joint. The upper abs, he'll go forward that much. He'll go back that much. And he will rotate some there. And he will rock side to side there. Then at the waist, again, there's another joint. He'll go up a little bit there, back a little, and he'll rotate a little bit. Not a whole lot. So using all that together, you get pretty decent movement here in the midsection. His legs will drop down some, not a whole lot, but they will go some. He will kick forward pretty good. Back, not really at all. He gets caught on that big Thanos butt. Good bend at the knee though. You do get some rotation at the knee, but there's no actual boot cut joint. Also at the top of the hip, he will rotate there. But on his feet, they're on a disc and a ball joint. They don't move a whole lot forward or back because his boots kind of drop down over it. But it does pivot some, and he does have a really big fat toe articulation. So that is it for his articulation. For a big figure, he's well articulated. I mean, I wouldn't think you'd have any problems getting any poses that you're going to want to get Thanos into, because it's probably mostly just going to be like grabbing a hold of people and smashing them. But I'm going to pose him up and we will wrap this review up. He's going to blow that nutsack of a chin off his face. But there they are, all posed up. We all know how this ends though. But a very cool figure. I really, really recommend it. If you collect the SH Figuarts Avengers, he's a must-have. Super clean figure, good articulation. SH Figuarts always seems to knock it out of the park with just about anything they do. But that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye for now. You didn't.